What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. That's right, guys. I have not forgotten about you. Do not worry. I am going to talk about Divina Rose today, though. So what I want to do is I want to go over her kit, go do a little showcase on her, and tell you whether she's worth having or not, because she's obviously the newest unit. Now, I know some people have asked me some other units to cover as well. I will do my best to go back and cover more showcases, but I don't personally have Divina Rose, but I am going to do her actual bio, and we're going to look over her kit, and we're going to do her trial run, and I'll let you guys know whether she's worth it and where you want to use her. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this little showcase of ours and go into the gallery. I apologize for the lag here. You can see she's a master unit clearly. So let's go over the kit. Let's talk about everything she is and everything she does, and we'll do that first. Okay, so first off, the passive. So this here is called Soul Reflex. This is where most of her thing comes from for her FS30 and her cars. So when Faith Divination or Life Divination, that's her C1 or her C2, C1, C2, triggers, there's a 15% chance to refill the super combo gauge by 50. Increase the chance to refill the combo by 17 instead of 15%, and then to 75, and then increase it to 20% instead of 15. Okay, so pretty decent amount. Honestly, especially for the amount it's actually increasing gauge. Now, if you put her and put assists for like Yun and Yang as well, who also come in once in a while to do super power gauge increase, you're going to get that really, really fast and probably do it fairly often. So for that, she's going to be pretty decent for bosses. So here we go, and this is what this does, obviously. Faith Divination, upon unleashing a super combo or combo, the target receives damage equal to 174% of Divina Rose attack and has a 30% chance to dispel one debuff, okay? Or one buff, sorry. And then Fate Divination status ends after triggering 2 times. Cannot be triggered if Divina Rose is defeated. Clearly, she has to be alive. Okay, and apparently this does work in tag, so there's not much of an issue there. And then Life Divination, upon taking damage, recover equal to HP equal to 892% of Divina Rose's attack. Now I'm going to tell you this, probably her attack is probably fairly low, so don't expect this to be a main healer. With 30% chance to dispel one debuff, Life Divination status ends after 2 targets. Okay, so this is really meant to increase the amount of super gauge you get every time you trigger one of these 2 moves, whether it's a C1 or C2, okay? Now, her super, Soul Aurora, unleashes Soul Aurora, dealing thunder damage 275 to all enemies. If the skill hits an enemy with Fate Divination, so if one of these 2 are already active, increases the number of Fate Divination triggers to that enemy by 1 unless it exceeds the cap. So make sure the cap stays the same. In this case, it's 2. We already read about this, right? If the skill hits an enemy with at least 2 Fate Divination trigger chances, it immediately triggers Fate Divination in general. Like the actual move itself just triggers instantly, okay? So we're going to see that in action, okay? We're going to see all of these in action, by the way. So this is Life Divination. Heal all allies for HP equal to 56% of her attack, and then has a chance to 50% chance to debuff, remove a debuff, sorry. And then Life Divination can trigger up to 3 times instead of 2, so increasing the chance to do it more often, obviously. And then this here is the Fate Divination. We talked about this. This is actually the ability to remove buffs from enemies, and couldn't happen 3 times. Okay, so she's there to be an off healer, a buff remover for enemies, a semi-damage dealer, not really though, and then a off healer for you, and as well as a super combo gauge increaser. Okay, now her garage, Soul Flame, upon triggering Life Divination, also heals the target for HP equal to 37% for 4 seconds. It does not stack, so keep that in mind. So it's essentially a hot. And then when she does the Fate Divination, she does true damage equal to 52% of her attack for 4 seconds. Okay, and again, does not stack. So I mean, they're decent cars. More damage, more healing. Really not what she's there for, to be honest. But this is where she really shines. It's her actual Wheel of Faith. FS. Okay, so upon triggering Soul Reflex, which is her passive, grant the Spark status to all allies for 8 seconds. Fighters with Spark status refill the super combo gauge by 5 seconds every time they're attacked. So if AoEs are being done, this is perfect. It's going to give everybody the ability to get super combo gauge, which is phenomenal for you to continue doing more damage, especially against bosses, guys. She's going to be a pretty damn good boss unit. Okay, so it takes effect when the fighter is in assist position. When the fight begins, grant the assisted fighter Spark status. So again, good for somebody who's going to get hit, whoever you want to increase their power gauge, right? Or the super gauge. Number 10, upon releasing Fate Divination, grants all allies Life Divination with 1 trigger, so you can at least get both. So doing one or the other, you're gonna have both effects. So it's very important to have these because you want to have both triggering, right? And this is the big one. Upon triggering Soul Reflux, increases all allies crit damage by 12% until the end of battle, stacks up to 5 times. That's going to be insane for bosses, guys. So really, really good boss unit more than anything else. And hell, might even be a good PvE unit, to be quite frank. So we're going to go ahead and do her bio, and we're going to see all of these things in action so you guys can get a good idea of how all this works. Okay, so let's go in here. I haven't even done the trial yet, to be honest with you, so I want to do it with you guys. So let's go in here. We will test her out ourselves, and we'll check all of her C1, C2, and everything in action. So now keep in mind, when you do these, they give her the full FS30, they give her the full garage, and everything is souped up. So we can be able to see everything she does here. It's a little easier to see here. Yeah, this is going to be a little more controlled. Okay. So we're going to do it here instead. We're going to do the boss here, and we're going to test this out. Okay, so you guys can kind of see how everything works. So you can see there's a shield here. We're going to do this first. Here's a heal. Okay, so those two right there, you can see the healing over time, right? Right there, you can see that all on top of their heads. Okay, and there's a card there, there's a card there, okay? So we'll do it again. And this time, next time we'll do her C1 instead, okay? So we're gonna do this again. Okay, she pops up that healing right there. Now when he gets hit, you see our combo should go up. Right, there you go, see the combo's moving up faster every time he gets hit. Now it's gone from him, obviously. Now everyone else still has it though. So they have to get hit in order for that to work. Now we're gonna do this instead. Okay, and you can see the crit right there. There's 2 stacks, 2 stacks, and 2 stacks, okay? So you can see the hot there. That's happening because he's getting hit. Now no one's doing AoE here, so you don't see the AoE unfortunately, but it's definitely there, okay? So let's see. Now you can see end of battle. She now is giving 4 times the crit damage. See this little fist here with the little icon, what looks like iron knuckles? That's 4 stacks. There's 5 stacks now of crit damage, okay? So Soul Reflux has worked, and she's increasing the combo gauge every time faster and faster. So we should be doing a hell of a lot more damage with crits. Like, that's going to be a lot of damage coming through for bosses, especially for units that have a lot of crit rate in the first place. That's going to be really, really nutty to put together. So now look at this. The beauty of it is it stays throughout the entire battle, right? So you don't have to worry about it like going off or whatever the case may be. You just simply have to just watch how many stacks you get, and you'll dominate the bosses, especially again with crit units, right? Chun-Li, F-Chun, etc., right? Adding this layer to their repertoire. So she would be amazing with F-Chun. She would be great with Chun-Li, great with Viper, anyone with high crit, right? Guile, etc. Giving them an extra, that amount of, like, I think it was 60%, what did we say? Is pretty crazy. So there you guys have it. So really, she's going to be a great unit for that. Let me see how much the percentage was again. I think it's 60%, right? 12 times 5. So yeah, 60% crit damage throughout the whole battle. It does not fall off. That's the beauty of it, right? And I don't think it falls off even if she's dead. So you get to keep that the whole time. So that's the thing with her. She's meant to be a boss unit. Is she going to be a main unit? Absolutely not. Her heal's a little bit lackluster. Clearly, you guys could see it was only doing very little heals. But it's a hot, and she's not a main healer. She's not a main DPS. She's strictly there to give you super combo gauge, and she's there to give you guys some crit damage. So is she worth it? Listen, for bosses as a backup boss, as a backup buffer, absolutely. She's not bad to have. Is she a must-have? Absolutely not. Like Poison, Street Poison does everything she does, but better. But Street Poison's buff does rub off. Now, she's not a bad unit by any means, but now that we have 3 teams, you may want to have her on one of those teams for that extra buff. The catch is, of course, you got to get her FS30 to see the full potential that she has as a unit. So keep that in mind. You're gonna need at least an SS version of her to do that. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the showcase. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.